Have you ever seen someone you'd really like to talk to but you froze because you didn't know what to say? You're not alone. For many men, the idea of approaching a woman feels overwhelming, like there's so much that could go wrong. But what if it didn't have to be that way? In this video, we'll show you simple, effective tips to approach women with confidence and authenticity. Let's face it, approaching women today can feel tricky. Maybe you're afraid of rejection. Or maybe you've been told so many different rules that it's hard to know what's right anymore. And let's not forget how overthinking can make the whole thing seem impossible. But here's the truth. Connecting with someone isn't about using clever tricks or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about building a genuine human connection. In this video, I'll guide you through the art of starting meaningful conversations step by step. Let's dive in. Tip 1. The right mindset. Confidence starts from within. It's not about being perfect or having all the right words, it's about accepting yourself as you are. When you're comfortable in your own skin, it shows, and that's attractive to others. Instead of worrying about whether someone will like you, focus on being genuine. Remind yourself that your goal isn't to impress or win anything, it's simply to connect with another person. This shift in mindset takes a lot of the pressure off. Respect is also key. When you approach someone, do it with kindness and authenticity. Think of it as starting a conversation, not a performance. Finally, let go of the idea of always getting a specific result. Sometimes things will click and sometimes they won't, and that's okay. What matters most is how you show up. Confident, respectful, and true to yourself. Tip 2. Observation and context. Before you approach someone, take a moment to observe the environment and the situation. This can make a big difference. For example, is she reading a book, working on her laptop, or deeply engaged in a conversation? If so, it might not be the best time to approach. Pay attention to body language as well. Does she seem relaxed and open, or is she in a hurry or distracted? A simple smile or eye contact can be a helpful signal that she's open to being approached. It's also important to consider the setting. Approaching someone in a social space, like a cafe or a party, often feels more natural than interrupting her during a workout at the gym. Remember, timing and context matter. Approaching respectfully shows that you're considerate, which helps create a more comfortable interaction for both of you. Tip 3. The power of a simple opener. When it comes to starting a conversation, simple is often better. Overthinking can lead to awkwardness, but a straightforward approach feels natural and authentic. You don't need a clever line or a rehearsed speech, just be yourself. One of the easiest ways to start is with a genuine compliment. For example, I really like your taste in style, music, etc. Keep it specific and honest, it shows thoughtfulness. Another great option is to ask a question about the situation. If you're in a cafe, you might say, "Do you know if their coffee is any good here?" Or at a bookstore, "Have you read this author before?" These openers are non-intrusive and allow the conversation to flow naturally. The key is to stay relaxed and focus on making the other person feel comfortable, not on impressing them. Tip 4. Listening is key. Once you've started a conversation, the most important thing you can do is listen. Active listening shows that you're genuinely interested in what the other person has to say. It's not just about hearing their words, but paying attention to their tone, expressions, and emotions. Avoid the temptation to plan your next response while they're speaking. When you're too focused on what you'll say next, you might miss the chance to connect with what they're sharing. Instead, let the conversation flow naturally. When they say something, respond thoughtfully. For example, if they mention a hobby they enjoy, ask a follow-up question or share a related experience. This makes the interaction feel more engaging and less like a one-sided exchange. Remember, a good conversation isn't about impressing someone with your words. It's about making them feel heard and understood. That's what builds real connections. Tip 5. Handling rejection gracefully. Rejection is a normal part of life, and it's something everyone experiences, even the most confident people. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It simply means the timing or connection wasn't right. And that's okay. The key is to not take it personally. Remember, rejection says more about the other person's circumstances than it does about your worth. Maybe they're having a tough day or they're just not in the mood to talk. It's not something you can control. When it happens, respond with grace. A simple smile and "no problem, have a great day" shows confidence and respect. It also leaves a positive impression. Most importantly, don't let rejection discourage you. See it as a learning experience and move forward with a positive mindset. The more you try, the closer you get to meaningful connections. Tip 6. Respect personal boundaries. Respecting personal boundaries is one of the most important parts of approaching someone. Not every interaction will lead to a conversation, and that's perfectly fine. Recognizing when someone isn't interested shows maturity and self-awareness. If they seem distracted, give short answers or politely decline to talk. Take it as a sign to step back. Respecting their space isn't just the right thing to do, it also reflects confidence. It shows that you value their feelings and aren't afraid to walk away if the connection isn't there. Remember, approaching someone isn't about forcing a conversation or winning their approval. It's about creating a moment of mutual interest. And when you honor their boundaries, you demonstrate respect, which leaves a far better impression than pushing too hard. True confidence comes from knowing when to engage and when to gracefully let go. Tip 7. Practice makes progress. Like anything in life, improving your ability to approach women takes practice. Start in low-stakes environments where the pressure is minimal, like chatting with a barista, saying hello to a neighbor, or making small talk with someone in line at the store. These casual conversations help you get comfortable with starting interactions without any expectations. Progress won't happen overnight, and that's okay. Every time you put yourself out there, you're learning and building confidence. Even small steps like smiling at someone or saying a friendly hi count as progress. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making steady improvements. Over time, these small efforts will add up and you'll find it easier to approach women in a natural and respectful way. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your wins, and keep practicing. Confidence is a skill, and with time, you'll get better at it. As we wrap up, remember this: the key to approaching women is respect, authenticity, and a true willingness to connect. When you approach someone with these values, you create the opportunity for genuine conversations and meaningful connections. The more you put yourself out there, the closer you get to building those amazing connections that can enrich your life. It's all about practice, patience, and being your true self. If you have any thoughts, questions, or experiences you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, every step you take brings you closer to where you want to be.